So everybody, my name is Fred. Today I'll be discussing constitutional limits on policing, the Royal Residence case. I'll be discussing two key issues: probable cause for arrest of Princess and Duke Royal, and the legitimacy of the officer's decision to unlock and search Upstairs bedroom under the Fourth Amendment. We must begin. In criminal law, probable cause refers to reasonable belief based on facts and circumstances that a person has committed a crime. It is a crucial standard that law enforcement must meet before making an arrest or obtaining a search warrant. And in this case, the officers discovered bags of white powder, scales, packaging materials, cash bundles, and a burner phone. Yeah, I had to look at the thing, make sure. And burner phone in a locked bedroom belonging to El Duque Royal. These items are commonly associated with drug trafficking, and their presence in Duke's private bedroom strongly supports and suggests a probable cause for his arrest on charges of possession and manufacture or delivery of controlled substance. You know, you don't have all that stuff like that unless you're doing something with the drugs. So yeah, as for Princess, situation is a bit more complex. For example, she gave verbal consent to search the house, and she especially stated that she didn't have access to a locked bedroom. So, you know, if she doesn't have access to the locked bedroom, how could she know? Yada yada. You know, she really was not responsible for anything that took place in there because she didn't have. You know, it's like if my bad. Yeah, just a hard case there, a little bit. But continuing, however, her ID was found in a purse inside of a shed, containing like 50 pounds of marijuana, financial documents, trash that was linked to both her and Duke, and their bank accounts. So, you know, it's allegedly used for drug proceeds. So it kind of connects her a lot more. But these facts suggest a connection to the criminal activity, like I said. But they are more circumstantial. That's the word I'm looking for. The presence of her ID in the shed should imply knowledge or involvement, but it doesn't really definitively prove possession or intent. You know, for all we know, the guy could have took her ID as to keep her there and just happened to place it with all the drugs and stuff. In summary, though, probable cause for Duke's arrest is strong due to the direct evidence found in his room. As for Princess, the evidence is less direct, but still potentially significant to justify her arrest, especially when combined with the financial documents and the marijuana found in the shed. Kind of puts it all together. Consent in the locked room. That's the next part we gotta go over. Let me think. Let me look over this one more time. Cool. Now we gotta examine whether the officer's decision to unlock and search the upstairs bedroom was lawful under the Fourth Amendment. So to start, the Fourth Amendment protects individuals from unreasonable searches and seizures. One exception to the warrant requirement is consent. In this case, Princess gave a verbal consent to search the house. However, she clearly stated that the locked bedroom belonged solely to her husband and that she didn't have a key or authority to enter. So, did she give consent to the room? No. At least that's how I'm seeing it. Under the legal principle of the third-party consent, a person can only authorize a search area if they have common authority over it. She didn't. Since Princess lacked access, like I said, and control over the locked room, her consent likely didn't extend to that space, and Officer Smart's decision to try multiple keys and enter the room without a warrant or other circumstances appeared to violate the Fourth Amendment. Although Officer Smart claimed to smell marijuana, her supervisor had instructed her to wait, which undermines any argument for it. I think it's exigent. It's spelled like EXIGENT. I'm not good at pronouncing. Circumstances. The plain view doctrine also doesn't apply here because the initial entry into the room wasn't lawful. Therefore, the search of the locked bedroom was likely unconstitutional, and the evidence found inside could be subject to suspension under the exclusionary rule. So, after all of this, in conclusion, the Royal Residence case highlights the importance of understanding and respecting constitutional limits in policing. While probable cause existed for Duke Royal, Princess's involvement is less clear and honestly may be challenged. Additionally, the officers' unauthorized entry into the locked room raises serious Fourth Amendment concerns. And if I was a defense attorney for the Royals, I would definitely use that and say, heck yeah, it's very unconstitutional. She can't really give consent to a room that she doesn't have authority over. It's like telling your little brother, you can go into your mom's, he can go into your guys' mom's room to go see what the Christmas presents are, like during Christmas. Spoiler alert, saying it's not real. But no, yeah, to see what you got during Christmas, and you know, as a kid, you don't really got consent to the room. You can't just tell your little brother to go in there and go get Christmas presents. But that's like an example I could just give off. But yeah, other than that, thank you guys for listening. Y'all have a blessed evening, and I'll see y'all in class.